The pine beetle was first discovered here in the Black Hills in around 1900.
In fact, the first identification and the scientific naming of the insect was done near Piedmont in 1901. The insect's first common name was actually the Black Hills pine beetle, but to avoid confusion with similar species elsewhere, and because the bug was found to be so widespread in the West, the common name was changed to the more generically useful mountain pine beetle.
If we were doing this presentation in the 1950s, Kurt and I would be talking about not the mountain pine beetle, the Black Hills beetle. And it was in the 60s that it was lumped together with the mountain pine beetle. All right? Our beetle's different. It does operate just a little bit differently than the other beetles. It is close enough that we can understand why the people that do taxonomy decided to lump them together and call them a bark beetle. But there's enough differences out there that if you go on the internet, you are going to get some incorrect information. So always best, if you're looking for mountain pine beetle information, I think the only portal you want to use is the website that Greg mentioned, so that you're getting information that is local, that's adapted to the Black Hills.
The Black Hills sit on the far eastern edge of mountain pine beetle range. The bugs have been devastating forests from Canada to Mexico during this current outbreak, which in some areas goes back to at least the early 1990s. Forest Service maps show the progression of the outbreak in the hills from 2005 until 2010. 20,000 infested acres in 2005, more than doubled to 41,000 in 2006. The number dropped back and apparently stabilized, but doubled again between 2009 and 2010. Helicopter flyovers of the Black Hills provide a visual record. There have been large outbreaks of the mountain pine beetles in the Black Hills before, so why is this outbreak so severe now in these few years around the turn of the 21st century? Climate change might be contributing to the problem, but right now nobody knows for sure. What is known is that the long-standing policy of suppressing forest fires is partly to blame.
And the problem is, not that we have too many beetles, and please understand I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek, but we have too many trees. The thing that drives mountain pine beetle, unique from other insects, is stand density. Lots of pines, lots of beetles. All right, you know, it's not related to climate. Doesn't matter if it's hotter, colder, dry, or wetter. All right, doesn't matter if the trees are stressed. What matters are there a lot of trees.